What's up and good morning, yogis and yogis. Welcome to Yogana. My name is Anna. Today we're going to be doing a quick morning flow to get the body moving, the brain awake, and you ready for the day. So go ahead and stay in your pajamas if you want, or grab something comfy to wear, and we'll get started. Alright guys, let's begin at the top of your mat, just in a standing posture. Find that Tadasana, that nice tall spine. Roll the shoulders back, feel nice and grounded in the feet. Palms turn to face in front of you. And then we're going to find a deep, tall morning stretch. So just standing, we'll take the arms all the way overhead, reach nice and tall. And then cactus the arms. So bend the elbows 90 degrees. Press that heart open, the shoulders down the spine. Feel really open in the heart, the chest, maybe even gaze goes up towards the sky. Really energizing passive posture here. Just breathing and feeling open. Good, we'll start to close the arms together like a book. So bring the palms together. Release the hands. And then we're going to get into the hips a little bit. So we'll go ahead and stay right where you are. I'm just going to turn to face you. But we're just going to find a couple hip openers. So we'll ground through the left foot. We'll start to rotate that right knee, just like a little circle, like a clock one direction. If you want to hold on to something beside you to keep you steady, you're welcome to. And then switch directions. Should feel nice and open in that hip socket. Nice and steady with the core and that left leg grounding you. Good, releasing and then switching sides. So grounding through the right foot this time, bringing that left knee in and then finding those little circles or big circles with the knee. Just opening up in that hip, maybe feeling some popping in the hip, just moving that energy around, switching directions. Nice and strong, nice and steady. And then releasing, finding that Tadasana again. Good, rolling those shoulders back, nice tall spine. We'll inhale, take the arms all the way overhead. And then exhale, dive it down, find forward fold. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, giant step back with the right foot. Good, just stay here for a moment. Let the hips drop nice and low. Find that low runner's lunge. Feel that opening in that right hip. And then press that left foot back to meet the right. Find a high plank. Good, we're gonna lower down knees, chest, chin, so like a little inchworm. And then inhale, press the heart forward and through. Find baby cobra. Exhale, find down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Pedal out the dog, taking it nice and slow, warming up the hamstrings. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll press both heels evenly towards the ground. Kick that right heel high, find three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it all the way up and through. Find that low runner's lunge on the opposite side. So holding here for a moment, drop the shoulders down the spine. That left hip sinks down towards the ground. Good, and from here, we're actually gonna drop that left knee, turn the left toes to face the right side of the mat, and then we're gonna lift ourselves up, find a warrior two with the knee down. Sink the hips low, shoulders down the spine. Inhale, take it back, find peaceful warrior, drop that left hand down to meet the mat, right arm reaches back. Inhale, bring yourself back up all the way through an extended side angle. Resting that right elbow on the right knee, reaching up or forward with the left fingertips. Feeling that opening in the left side body. Inhale, bring yourself back up all the way down. Come into a kneeling side plank. So extend that right leg all the way out behind you. Lift that right hip up towards the ceiling like a string is pulling you. And then lower down that right hand to meet the left. So we're facing the opposite direction now. Find that tabletop here. Move through some cat-cows. We'll drop the belly, lift open the heart. Find cow. Exhale, find cat. Arching through the spine. Shoulders roll in, chin comes to the chest. Inhale, reopen. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, back up. Good. This time we're going to bring that left foot through. Find that low runner's lunge. Turn those right toes to face the left side of the mat. And then inhale ourselves up. Find warrior two on this side. Drop the shoulders down. Let the hips melt towards the ground. Maybe inch that left foot forward if you're not feeling quite as deep of a stretch in that left inner hip. And then inhale, take ourselves back. Find peaceful warrior with that knee down. So that right arm drops behind you, left arm reaches high. Inhale yourself up and all the way through. Find extended side angle. Reach up or forward with the right fingertips. Open up in that right shoulder, right side of the chest. Inhale yourself back up, all the way down. Find kneeling side plank. Extend that left foot. Reach up with the left fingertips. And then bring yourself back up. Bend back into that left knee. Windmill the hands down to frame that left foot. Turn those right toes back behind you. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee, find forward fold. Right foot comes up to meet the left. Good, we'll hang out here for a moment. Soften the knees, relax the head. Grab opposite elbows and shake out the head, yes and no. Just finding that natural opening of the backs of the knees, backs of the legs with gravity as we hang out here. Let that shoulder tension melt away, the blood rush to the head for a moment. Good, and then we'll release the elbows if you're still grabbing on. Inhale, find a half lift, flat back like a tabletop. Exhale, refold. Inhale, we're going to heel toe the feet out nice and wide, finding a malasana squat. We're going to drop the hips low, stay up on the toes if this is a little much on the backs of the legs. We're not all built for those heels to touch the ground. So no worries, you'll get those same opening in the inner hips. So just dropping the hips as low as they can go. Keep the hands grounded for stability or bring them up to each other, pressing the elbows into the knees, opening up the hips even more. Keeping those shoulders down the spine. Breathing. And then releasing the hands if they're at prayer center. Lifting the hips, slowly unroll and straighten through the knees. Heel to the feet in. Good, from here we're going to take a giant step back with the right foot. Find warrior two, standing this time. So windmill the arms open, arms at a T. Drop the shoulders, press the left knee open. Inhale, take it back. Peaceful warrior. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches back. Hips drop low. Feel that opening in the left torso. Bring ourselves back up, straighten through the front leg this time. Reach forward and down, find triangle pose. Stack the shoulders. Stay grounded with your eyes for that support. Or start to make your eyes up towards the ceiling to challenge your balance. Good, we're gonna close the right hand to meet the left. Walk the hands towards the center. Turn the left toes to face the same direction as the right. Good, we're gonna find that wide-legged stance. So from here, we're gonna find a little twist getting into the upper body. Right hand plants in the center of the mat. Left arm stays on the left hip as you open up in the shoulder or reaches all the way up, extending through the arm. Should feel that deep stretch in the shoulder blades. And then maybe even in that right inner hip. Exhale, switch sides, lower down the left hand. Inhale, open up with the right arm. Exhale, lower down. Both hands come to meet through center. Walk the hands back over to the left foot. Turn those left toes to face the front. Come back onto the right toes. Move through a flow. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Move to that inchworm again, or find chaturanga this time. Bent elbows aiming towards the back of the mat. Inhale, untuck the toes, lift the heart, lift the belly for up dog, or keep the belly planted, elbows bent for cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Good, this time we'll kick that right heel high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it up and through. Open up, find warrior two. Drop the left heel, 45 degrees. Windmill the arms open, warrior two. Press that left or that right knee open, drop the hips. Peaceful warrior, left hand goes down the back leg. Right arm reaches high or back. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Straighten through that right knee. Reach forward and down. Find triangle pose. Slide between two panes of glass. Really flat. The shoulders super stacked. Fixing your gaze wherever you feel that support. And then this time again, we're going to close the left hand to meet the right. Walk the hands to the other side through center. Turn both toes to face the same direction. And this time we're going to drop the hips. So bend into that left knee, walk the hands over to the left side, extend in that right leg. Walk the hands through center all the way over to the right. Drop the hips, bend in that right knee, left leg extends. And then just move back and forth. Again, just as low as the hips want to go. We're just going to warm up the hips, the hamstrings, and release in the low back. So just find your edge here. Maybe start to open up with that opposite arm of the leg that's bending. Just find a little twist, a little opening in the heart. One more time each side. Beautiful. And then lower down both hands. Take the hips through center. Walk the hands over to the right foot. Turn the right toes. Come back onto the left toes. Move through a flow. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Find up dog or cobra. And meet in down dog. Good, we're gonna drop the knees, press the hips over the heels, untuck the toes, and then spin the legs in front of us. So we're coming down onto the ground now. We're gonna make our way all the way down to the mat, so onto our backs. Scoot ourselves forward, plant the feet, keep the knees bent, reach forward, strengthen in the core, and then keeping those feet planted, we're just gonna slowly come down onto our backs. So this race is who is the slowest instead of who's the fastest. And you guys might have won. Go ahead and make your way onto your back. We'll find a deep morning stretch. So we are trying to re-energize the body. We'll reach the arms all the way overhead, point the toes, energize the spine, flex the toes, point the toes, roll the ankles out. Whatever comes naturally here. Good. And then we'll go ahead, take the arms down beside us, plant both of the feet, bend in the knees, bring the heels in close to the glutes. We're going to find bridge pose. So go ahead and take the arms down beside us, press into the bottoms of the feet, the hands, and we're going to lift the hips high. So keeping those knees in track with the hips, bringing them in line, keeping the hands right where they are, or maybe reaching underneath your low back, interlacing the hands, tucking the shoulders, and then just find that natural lift of the hips a little bit more. Totally just an option though. You'll get that same lift, that same benefit if the arms are down beside you, nice and strong. And then untuck the shoulders, release the hands if they're interlaced. Slowly make our way down. Nice. Let the knees fall side to side a couple of times before we come into bridge round 2. Good. So we'll come, bring the knees back through center. Press into the palms again. Press into the bottoms of the feet. Lift the hips. And then I'm going to give you lots of options here. If wheel pose is part of your practice, just safely making your way there. Pressing the palms just behind the head, towards the shoulders. Fingertips are aiming towards the body. Slowly start to lift the hips and then press into the hands as you start to lift the head, the upper back, and press the hips high. Good. So wherever you're at, if you're still on your upper back in that bridge variation, press the hips nice and high. Or if you're in that bridge variation, you want to start lifting one of the feet, extending it nice and long, or in the wheel posture just for a little extra core challenge, switching sides. And then slowly, slowly coming out of it wherever you're at, the way you came into it, untucking the shoulders, rolling back down, and then coming into reclined cobbler's pose. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, knees out nice and wide. Grab elbows overhead, open up in the heart. And then take the arms down beside us, close the knees like a book. Hug them into the chest. Good, and if you have time, finding Shavasana, finding a moment of stillness, or start to rock and roll yourself up as you get ready to rock and roll for the day. Massaging out the spine, eventually making your way to a comfortable seat. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. Hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video and feel great, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next flow.